Hi everyone, I'm Magdalena, and today we're going to talk about timekeeping, and we are both on the silly side today, so bear with us. I don't know what's going to come out today, but we'll try to keep it PG-13.
Yes.
You want to kick us off with timekeeping and haste?
Yes. So, comment my brother made to me this afternoon. We took the dog for a walk, so out in the car to take the dog for a walk in these woods. And when we got home, he was, "You get the dog, I'll sort out the plugging the car in and get the shopping, but you get the Jackson out before the car locks." I was like, and I'm just sat there in the car. He was like, "You've got no sense of hurrying, have you? No sense of haste, have you?" And I was like, "No." "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, we need to get Jackson in because he's hot and he needs a drink." And you're just sort of sitting there going, "Oh, this is nice." And then I do get out, going quite slowly and taking my time, and I'm the tortoise and the hare race.
I think I'm the hare, but I'm sprinting at the last minute. I'm never truly late. I'm just close. So yesterday I was meeting a friend and she was running behind. And so she had a good 45 minutes because she was coming to my area. So she said she was on her way, told me when the GPS said she was going to be there. And so I sat down and I dawdled. And I was like, I'm only 5 minutes from downtown. I'm fine. Yeah. And then I ended up being 2 minutes late and she was already there and had been there for 5-10 minutes.
Oh, no.
Because I wait till the last minute and then I rush. But I get a rush out of doing that. I love doing that in certain scenarios. Make a game out of it. If I had somewhere to be, I think I had a meeting the other day. And of course, my meeting was at 9. I lead the meeting. So I need to be there on time. And these guys like to show up early. So I got to be there on time. Yeah. And I waited. And at 8:35, it was like, "Oh, you need to get ready." So I was racing up the stairs to try to hurry up and get ready. Because it's fun. I make a game out of it then.
I can understand that, but I have sheer panic at that. I have an alarm that says, "Start getting ready. This is your pre-warning." Then another alarm that says, "Go and get ready." And then another alarm that says, "Get in the car. You need to leave." And then another alarm that says, "Go, go, go."
That's hilarious. My appointments, if I have a hair appointment, the time that it says on there is the time when I need to leave. Not the time that I need to be there.
Yeah, I've learned to do that. I've learned to put a time and I need to, or even an hour earlier. I'm so paranoid about missing it. This is your 1 hour warning before the hour before you need to leave.
Yes. And I'm always early.
Really early, or I'm late.
I'm never late for work appointments like that. I'm always too early. I will overcompensate and be sitting there waiting, or bring my book and wait. But it's like when I know that somebody, yesterday with my friend, I knew that she was running late. So it's like, oh, but I thought I was still going to be there early.
Yeah, you kind of give yourself, but then other times, if you have an appointment, or so simple, my work at the moment starting around 11 a.m. and there's nothing I can do. I cannot do anything before then because I'm afraid I'm going to miss the first class. So it's apart from planning the lessons, and so I've got an hour, so I could do something with Jackson. I don't know. I can't leave the computer because I might miss something. It's that sort of panic of, you know you've got time, or I think I need to get a drink. Tap's there, and I'm here. How long is it going to take me? I've got 3 minutes to get a drink, and it takes like 10 seconds. But in my head, it's going to take me 4 minutes to get a drink.
And if you get distracted by something, right, on the way.
Well, there are lots of distractions in my life. My puppy is a distraction himself, as you. So
some distractions.
Yes, there's lots to distract. Currently, I'm reading a Sarah Kate book, author of the Salacious.
I haven't read those.
I'm reading her Good Brothers books, and they're not great written. I'm seeing lots of little flaws in her. She repeats words constantly, and then in the space of a sentence or two, but the spice in it
is good.
Right.
I'm reading your book, And speaking of that, I told you I had a little surprise for you today, and I thought we could do something fun and kind of different in the show. Those that are just listening, too bad, so sad. But I have a package here that I want to open. Not real good at opening packages, so it's a gift to myself and to Hannah.
It's my book.
This is the book.
Is that a color version as well? Because
it's a color version. Oh, pretty. So this is the book, Hannah. Tell us about it. Oh, wow.
Oh, that's not too bad. Wow. Oh, my God.
Looks beautiful. Hannah is speechless. I will talk and say that she wrote this book on a challenge to herself. She wrote, published, and got beta reader feedback in 28 days. Yeah. Incredible. Yeah. She did it herself. She wrote all this herself. She edited it herself. This is incredible. And the artwork is just beautiful. Nice job.
Oh, yeah. I love those. When she wakes up and he's there and he's like, he's not moving. Why isn't he moving?
I love that the ocean in the background. I didn't even notice that before. Having it there, you can see it so much more.
It talks about the waves crashing against his window, things like that, and using that as metaphor for other stuff. So, the shadow rending when he's coming to her as shadow in the library.
Do you want to give a little overview of what Maledix is about?
Maledix is, I love that scene in the crypt when you find out a little bit more and you're like, it's my version of vampires and werewolves, basically, and succubi. I love that. It's basically these two souls, immortal souls, and I won't. One of those girls is not very nice. It's about two immortal souls who are fated lovers. Would you say fated lovers, soulmates? And they, for some mysterious reason, they separate, and she has no memory of him or her immortal life. She believes that she's lost her memory 5 years ago in a car crash. That's what she's been told. You know, her whole family were wiped out, so she doesn't know. Apart from a grandfather who's Scottish, who doesn't look like her, who resemble anything to do with her, and his grumpy cat, Finnegan, and her best friend, Sue. And they just keep this lie going that she's lost her memory 5 years ago in a car crash, and the granddad doesn't like to talk about it because he lost his daughter. You know, they had this elaborate lie. And she starts off in the book where she says, I collect memories like I collect stories, basically. So she has this power to draw memories out of other people and make them her own. So she has memories of red balloons and having cups of coffee with people she'd never met, because she's trying to fill this void that's in her of this life that she's lost. And but there's one memory that feels more real than the other memories, and that is of this mysterious dark man and black silk sheets and being held by this man and being loved by this man, and it feels more real than any other memory. And then you find that, you know, because it is. So then it's her point of view in the first part, and then it builds, doesn't it? She has an affair with a guy called Lorcan, a couple of interactions with him. And
I do not like him as much as someone else, but I'll just stop right there.
I love that because in book 2, which I'm currently writing, you learn a bit more about him, and actually he's still not quite what you think he is.
You better.
I'm more complicated than just what he presents to the world. So then the second part is this vampire king, but I don't ever call them vampires, but they are vampires. And he remembers his wife, but he thinks that she was killed along with their child. But he can't remember anything about why she was killed, other than he thinks she was killed by this ancient being called a Maledix. And so he's got this big block in his memory as well. And he's forgotten his older brother, he's forgotten his friend, he's forgotten a lot. And he's got this massive grief for this wife that he thinks has died. But then he discovers this woman who looks like his wife and thinks maybe she'd been reborn, and it's like reincarnation. And then his story builds, he goes a bit mad because he's not like normal vampires. Would you say that was fair? Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's not a normal vampire, and yet he has to pretend that he is. So he makes himself do the things that normal vampires do, but it doesn't have a good consequence for him.
Yes.
And all the time there's this guy called Mercury Absalom who is trying to usurp him, kind of get under his skin and try to get him to show his people that he's not a good king anymore. Mm-hmm. And actually, Mercury Absalom's name is really important because Mercury is Hermes in Greek mythology, which, if you've read the link, but also Absalom is the name of King David's son in the Bible who tried to usurp his father. So Absalom and Mercury are really important names in Maledix, and I didn't really realize that Absalom meant that until after I gave him the name and then researched it.
Isn't that weird how I was
like, Absalom's a really cool name, I'm going to give him that for the surname. But then I found out it was King David's son, so I was like, that's nice, that's cool. So then in the third part, things come to a head, and
literally
and metaphorically, and secrets are revealed, truths are learned, and then it all falls apart again right at the end, which sets up book 2, which at the moment is very boy heavy. There's a lot of boy. God, so that sounds like it's going.
Excuse me.
There are queer and love stories in book 2 because I want to represent love in all its guises, except unacceptable love, forced love, and other sorts of. That's not love. That's just sick people with sick minds, and that's not. So I want to embrace all kinds of good love, and so there are queer and gay love stories in book 2, but I'm still on part 1. I'm nowhere far into it as I was in book 1, but I was a bit depressed the last couple of weeks, so I'm putting it down to that. Feeling a bit low. So
well, you did a huge project for 28 days and was literally deeply invested in that, and so it only kind of makes sense that once that went away, it was kind of, now what? And this whole project came from trying to prove to yourself that you could do it again after dealing with some other stuff. So
it was born from a negative thing, but something good has come out of it. And I think I'm just so pretty.
It is so pretty. That's why I put it up here. It's not my book. If anybody's coming in halfway, this is not my book. This is Hannah's book. But it just came in the mail yesterday, and I'm like, I'm not opening this. I'm going to open this in our TikTok, in our show. So we have our TikTok live tonight too. That's why I said that. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. I love everything.
Beautiful. Wow. It just pops, doesn't it?
Looks gorgeous.
Go with my name.
Someday I need your signature. Yes. Beautiful. So the reason why I wanted to do that is also because I wanted to talk about superpowers.
Yes.
And I think people discredit ADHD, and you believe you have autism, so ADHD for you. And people sometimes discredit those with ADHD with a stereotype that they can't concentrate, they can't get anything done. That is absolutely not true, because you just proved that in 28 days that you could write, get beta reader feedback, and publish a book, and design a book, and format a book, and edit a book in 28 days. And some people can't stick to a plan for 28 days.
It took a lot out of me, actually. more than I thought. That it's given me so much more as well. But I think my personal life is a little bit. I don't feel completely in control of certain things in my personal life at the moment. So writing helped me to get control of something again and show me that I can do it after a serious bout of imposter syndrome. So
you can do it. You did do it. You did it again, right? You're amazing. And I'm glad that this showed you that you're an excellent author and you are talented and all of that. I swear, every time we do our show, I walk away and I tell Hannah my face hurts because I laugh more and smile more in this time that we have together. And I hope those listening, we make you smile or laugh or roll an eye. Hint, the person listening who knows who I'm talking about, which I love.
This podcast is great. It's a boon to the soul. And it's got a phone call. I'll have to call her back later. It's our friend. No, it's our friend Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. You're literally calling during our show.
To get back in touch with her in a bit. So yes, it is a. But you're getting ready for a book fair in like 2 days' time, and you said
crazy.
You feel legitimate this time.
I feel completely legitimate. Not that I just didn't know what to expect. And my last book show was last fall after we moved to Georgia. And I went to go check out this bookstore, and it's a beautiful bookstore. It's called Damsel, and it's in Canton, Georgia. And I have my books there, so I'm very partial to it. But the owner is an amazing person, and she actually has written herself, and she's a huge supporter of the indie community. And I was in there talking with her, and she's just such a sweet person, and come to find out she had a book show. So I signed up for it, got myself a table and a chair, and I already had stickers, remember, and bookmarks from my release, which was in June. For my book, Bloodfire. And it was fun. I sold out my books. I didn't have a lot. I had 50 books, but that's a lot in 2 hours. That was almost as much as I had sold up until that point. And so now she has another one. I do not remember how many vendors she had last time, but this one is all books again, but we have 52 vendors this time. And I have Bloodbound to show that it's coming out. I figured out the date, May 28th on a Thursday, so we can celebrate and pop, because tonight we're celebrating Maledix. Yes. And lost my train of thought. I have bookmarks that Hannah designed for Bloodbound, which I absolutely love. So I was punching those last night. And the little teeny, I've gotten really better at being a perfectionist. Early on in my career, I was a huge perfectionist. And if it wasn't perfect, I didn't want it. And so last night I went in this little panic because I started to put my tassels into my laminated one. And I realized that the woman who made those for me forethought tassels. And either you did or it worked out perfectly, but yours were so much easier. And so I punched the side of it, of the corner, and I was like, this is so dumb. And immediately I was like, help me. These look really ugly. This is going to be really crappy. I'm going to show up and I'm going to look disorganized. And of course, my friend Katie called me down, and you called me down, and we're like, it looks good. And then you can't punch the corner. It looks ridiculous on the laminated. So I did the center.
Can you punch the bottom?
Would have probably look weird, but I did this. I did the top. In the center of the bookmark. They turned out really cute. So always post our our show week after this. So we're talking about something that's in the past now, and the next time we talk, I'll be talking about the show. I have 100 copies. I have 2 posters that are going to be framed. One is waiting on a frame. I'm literally have stuff arriving tomorrow. The show is Saturday. Down to the wire. I had books that I didn't know if were going to show up because I saw how many thousands of people were coming, which scares me. I'm excited. I keep reminding myself that I'm surrounded, because I'm a huge introvert, which I think surprises some people because I'm an introvert unless I know you, and then I'm not going to shut up.
Yeah.
Hannah's like, yep. So it's like, yeah, it's overwhelming to think about all the talking I'll be doing.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm talking about fictional characters and my books.
And
Like, this is awesome.
You love and that you're passionate about. So just let that shine.
Yeah, we'll be exhausted. I will be exhausted though by Saturday night because it goes. I have to start unloading at 8:15 and then it starts at 10 and it goes till 6 and then we have to load up. And then it's like a good 30 minutes away. So time I get home, I'm going to be a mushroom.
You need to do anything Sunday.
Sunday, I'm just going to be like,
hours.
Wow, that's good. You needed it because you sleep on what, an hour and a half?
For sometimes an hour and a half, sometimes 4 hours.
Jeez.
So early tonight. Early.
Yes, we say that though, like literally have to leave, but we always say that, and then it's like, oh, I'm having fun. I don't want to be the curmudgeon.
Yeah, you gotta go. But I was in bed by 12:30 last night, and
whoa, you're getting old. I'm teasing. Yeah. What are you gonna do when you are old? Oh, you know that older people. Let me fix that. And when I say older people, I'm like 80s and 90s and 100. Don't sleep. So what? I mean, you're gonna be a vampire. You're just never gonna sleep.
Burying Sire in the crypt, just like my chains, but still alive. Succubus.
I have a question for you. I feel like going on side quest today.
Yes, good.
You could be any being. What would you be?
I do like werewolf.
You'd be a werewolf, huh?
I do like werewolf. Nice.
But would you carry clothes with you? Like, would you have like some clothes somewhere so that when you shred them to change, you're not running around naked?
Well, it depends.
Right away, I had to turn it into like, right? That's what I always think about werewolves. Like, what are you going to do with the clothes? Like, you're going to carry a satchel?
Well, it's like Hedge. Hedge has his Land Rover that he hides, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He hides his Land Rover. And all his clothes and all his belongings are in the Land Rover. And then
Hedge is hurt.
Be a man for 3 days.
Who's Hedge?
Hedge is from Tethered and Shackled, and he's my reverse werewolf. So he's a wolf most of the month, and only a man for like 2-3 days, and 2 nights. So he found a way of hiding a Land Rover with all his belongings in, and then we're praying that he comes back to man form again. He's near his Land Rover. So
that is the one reason why I would not be a werewolf.
Because of the nakedness.
Yeah. Always having to plan, and I wouldn't want to plan all the time.
I don't think I would necessarily plan, but I think it would be
a bit of a thrill.
Yeah. Oh, I've woken up in the middle of town and I'm butt naked.
And then what? Just streaking or finding clothes?
There's a whole thing of like tales off landmines.
Washing lines. Do you have a lot of those in Europe? Washing lines?
We have washing lines. Yeah.
Okay.
And whirly washing lines. Yeah.
But, I don't see that very much here, so you'd be in trouble.
I'd be like,
I got some leaves for you.
I think I would just like probably get arrested, and then they'd have to close me.
It made me think of a movie where Bad Grandpa, where he got arrested, and then they gave him all the like clothes that were left over.
Yeah. When he wears all of Chandler's clothes, that would be
me. Not fit you, be too long.
Or I'd be like the werewolves in Bitten, and I'd have a mansion and all this land and woodland around me, so I'd be contained. That's what I would do. Yeah. If I'm naked, hey, I'm on my own property. I could be naked if I want.
Well, what if it's cold?
Things would be more pert than normal.
All the males around you would be, stop.
I'm obsessed with Shep.
Yes.
From
Shep is awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just keep thinking, what would he be like if I wolfed out? And I'm like, yeah, my head's going. What about you? What creature would you be?
Oh, I would say, I want to say fae, but I'm going to be honest. It would be a vampire.
Yeah.
I've been obsessed with vampires ever since I read Anne Rice books. Like, read the books before I ever saw the movies, and I've just been obsessed with them. I don't want to sleep. I'm okay with biting. Be kind of fun to turn. And if I don't want to turn them, make them go away. Sometimes I choose violence, not always.
You know. Have you seen Abigail?
I do not think I've seen Abigail.
You need to watch. That's a good vampire film. That is a
Is
good...
it? Okay. I forgot about that one. I need to watch that. I've been into, I think my brain is prepping for Blood Eclipse, which is my third book.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
I am obsessed with thrillers again. And for a while, I told you I stopped. And I'm even watching horror movies again. There are certain ones that I'm just not going to watch. My son and I thinks aliens are bad. I think the Predator is way cooler and way more bad. And I'm never going to win. I think aliens are creepy. I think I think we talked about this once, that they have just like no conscience.
Yeah.
So I watched
Space Bugs.
Yeah. I watched Prom Night for the first time, the one from 1984. I can't think of her name, but it was more psychological than scary. I was just like, I thought this would be more brutal, right? Like, I can't watch Jason. I told you the story of that, right? Why I cannot watch the Freddy movie or Friday, not 13th movies. I will never. You're not missing anything. I went to a slumber party and they made us sleep in a camper.
Yeah.
Do you think I slept? No. Slumber party.
Yeah. Pet Cemetery at a slumber party, and we watched it twice, in fact. And so, Vampires and Werewolves, I could watch anything in Vampires and Werewolves, any horror. But in the most recent Nosferatu was really good with
that one really kind of scary.
It's creepy. It's creepy and scary and a little bit icky, but it's so well done.
Okay.
The younger Skarsgård who plays him, he's a beautiful boy. The youngest, well, all the Skarsgårds are beautiful, to be fair. He's a very beautiful man, but you don't see that. He's so well made up. And it's just a really heartbreaking, and but it's a good. We saw it at cinema and it was brilliant. And the Frankenstein we watched.
Pretty Man. And I heard it was really good. Like, kind of stories are like, I feel like they're fueling Blood Eclipse Part 3 because I'm building up for something without giving it away. But I think that's what the obsession with right now. I rewatched Scream 1, 2, 3, trying to find 4, 5, 6, and 7 so I can watch those, whatever channel they're on. But like for a while, I wouldn't watch any of that stuff because I would be creeped out at night.
I can't watch. I've watched The Shining, and that was okay, but I can't.
That one still creeps me out. I saw that at a slumber party. I don't like slumber parties. That was my first slumber party, and I did not sleep a wink that night. I was so creeped out, and I refused to even like read the book, watch the movie again.
I find it a bit dated now, but you see why it was so scary. But films like, I can't watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I can't watch all like horror porn. I can't watch those because I live it whilst I'm watching it, so it's like it's happening to me. And I thought
you were going to say that you lived that in your personal life, and I was like, where are we going here?
Challenges which deform you. I can't watch anything like that because I live it. But then one of my favorite TV series is it's called Beyond Board. It's not CSI. Maybe they want to track serial killers.
That is so
good. But there's another one, more like a generic kind of. I want to say CSI, but I'm not sure if it is CSI. But it's a spin-off called Beyond Borders, where they go into the world elite team with the divine Daniel Henney on their team. Oh, yeah. Oh. not NCIS. Yeah, it's really good. But I can watch those kind of things, but I can't watch horror porn. Yeah,
I'm not interested in that either. It's kind of
Eli Roth. I'm not a big fan of Eli Roth films.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that helps. But watching that I get inspiration everywhere. I don't know where you get your inspiration from, but I get inspiration from this. I get inspiration from hanging out with you. I get inspiration from talking with Kate, talking with any of my friends on Pop, right?
Yeah.
Or people watching. I might see somebody that is like, oh, that's a cool person. They could be a fun character, right?
Yeah.
Fizz is like a combination. Fizz is a character in my book too. And I feel like she's a character that's like a combination of everybody I've ever came across and was like, that girl's really cool. She's really neat. She's got fun style. She's doing her thing.
Like at any point. I was talking of, before it came on, I showed you some photos.
Yep.
Where how Maledix started. And it's these challenges on TikTok where it's like, make me a character from Dungeons and Dragons, or make me a vampire, or make me a. So I did this challenge, and then of course I added one of my vampires I'd already written as my say concubine, but I don't mean concubine, do I? Added extra, and I looked at it, I thought, oh my god, this would make a really good story. What if how Maledix started with creating these picked images of me as a vampire with my Bella, my dark and mysterious Bella. Yeah, that was one of the starting points for Maledix, really, for the inspiration behind it. So yeah, insane writing it in 28 days. But I could be driving in the car and just have a thought come into my head.
Yep.
Like, oh yeah.
We were going to talk about that, weren't we? We were going to talk. You had a question for me before we started.
How do you write organically, or do you plot your story, or do you like an end goal and let it get to that end goal, or do things surprise you as you're writing it? Like, I didn't realize you were going to do that.
All the above. Example, Sujin did not exist when I started writing Bloodfire. He wasn't in the plan. I thought of writing him. I have been obsessed with Jungkook, and probably will be for a while. BTS, and he literally inspired Sujin. And I think one day it was just like, I want to write about him. And reason he inspired a character out of the blue was because he has this dual personality that I find so intriguing. Just did a hooligan motorcycle video. And some of the fans who have been with him when he was a little boy, because let's be honest, he was a little boy when he started in BTS, don't like seeing him as a mature man who's almost 30 years old and can do whatever he wants, right? And don't like that he was riding, not touching the handlebars and things like that. And it's like, this guy is going to do what he wants. And he's kind of the bad boy of the group is how I see him. Then you see him in BTS and he's different. He's reserved. He's kind of doing what he's supposed to be doing, very structured. But you see him outside of that and you get Seven and you get all these other songs that,
album is quite different to K-pop, I would say.
Oh, quite different. Yes. And that dual personality is what inspired Sujin of his. You haven't seen everything about him. Even in book 2, you get to learn about him more. There's way more to that character. And so I would say Bloodfire, I had no plan, which took 4 years and 300,000 words because back then I had been writing another thing and I pulled some from that. But I learned my lesson on Bloodbound and I had an outline. And then I knew where it was going to end. I knew where it was going to be set. And I kind of some big plot ones, like I knew I wanted to do a point of view. Then the rest, like some Fizz, I had no idea she was going to come into playing. I had no idea that the Royal Guard would come into play as much as they did and become somebody. So I kind of wing it, like you say, where you get a thought in the car. I have 3 notes out there that are like size sheets, and I have like on there to remember. I have subject line emails. I have sticky notes. Write stuff everywhere. That how I remember. And when this stuff starts firing and I'm somewhere, I have to write it down because it will be gone.
Yeah. No matter how much you convince yourself you can retain it, it's not going to happen.
No. If you're listening to us and you want to write a book, find a way to track your thoughts or they're going to be gone. If you're in the shower, you better sing it until you get out because it's going to be gone.
Else will come in and distract you. Oh,
what about this?
I have so many pictures, not because they're beautiful people on my walls, but it's like I can remember who they are and what they look like, and then I can remember that I'm writing about these people, and I need to make the story. It reminds me why I'm writing and who I'm writing for and about. But characters surprise me. So in Valeborn, Nyx wasn't going to be the Nyx that he turned out to be. He was going to be a minor character, and now he's quite major. And Lorcan in Maledix didn't exist until I had an idea that this other character could become him. Lorcan didn't exist until I was driving or walking and suddenly went, ooh, what if this could become this? And then he's just growing and growing now in book 2. So yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Went off on a
yeah. So, I was gonna say you weren't meant to like him. He was meant to be a threat to the core relationship in the story. So I'm glad that you didn't like him and that you don't like it.
I love those characters that you weren't prepared for, and I can't wait in my author book with Becca going to come out that I have not planned for some characters, but there's always those that surprise you. So I know we went on lots of tangents today, lots of side quests. We went off the tangents of sometimes ADHD and ADHD and other things, but that's kind of what we love to do, and hopefully we're entertaining you. If you'd like us, give us a like. We will remember to check our email hill eventually, I promise. Oh, thank you so much. I can't believe I think this is episode 10, right?
Oh,
look at that. Yeah, we're shooting fireworks. Yeah, maybe we should do 13.
13. And yeah,
do 13.
Baker's dozen
plus 1.
That's why it's so a dozen and a baker's dozen is 13.
Oh well, I don't know how to bake, so
because don't know how to count.
I never said this was a math show. I never said that.
Numbers and I don't mix.
That's what the calculator on my phone is for.
Yeah.
Excel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I live an accountant. Because
yes. Well, goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you.